All right, guys, another NFL tier list ranking. Pre-week 4, pre-week 4. I'm doing this a couple hours before the game, so yeah, man. All right, let's hop straight into it. So first thing we got is Baltimore Ravens. I want to cuss this team the fuck out. I'm so frustrated with the Baltimore Ravens, dude. I expect so much from them. They're such a good team on both sides of the ball, so star-studded. They loaded up that defensive backfield, right? And I know last year, we're going into week 4. Last year, their defense had issues and then they got better in the second half. But I'm like, come on, man. I'm like expecting going into the season their defense to be playing better, and they're not. They do not look good. Like their defensive unit does not look good at all. And on the offensive side, Derrick Henry's having some fumbling issues, and then they just decide to stop running with him, right? Which is crazy, even with the fumbles. And then it's just the Lamar show, and I'm like, dude, this is the same old tune with Baltimore. They look incredible, dude, and then they just do what they've done the last 2 games. I mean, come on, man. Obviously, they're gonna be a Super Bowl contender during the course of this year, but for right now, I don't like what I see on defense, and they need to fix it to be a real contender. Because with that defense right now, that shit ain't happening, bro. So for right now, we're gonna put them as a dark horse. It could change. All right. Up next, we got the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos. Yeah, dude. I mean, their defense. We know their defense can play, and I mean, they just had a solid showing, right? Uh, but that offense has kind of taken a step back with Bo Nix, which is crazy because I honestly, I really didn't see that coming. I thought it was gonna be Jaden. I didn't think it was gonna be Bo, but yeah, dude, Bo has not looked good. He hasn't looked in rhythm, and I'm stunned with Sean Payton as his play caller slash head coach. Bo just really hasn't looked good, man. And they're still competing, like they're still winning games, so I'll give them that. And you know, AFC doesn't look super hot right now, but yeah, I don't know. They need to smooth out that offense because that shit just looks. It doesn't look horrible, but it just don't look like a Sean Payton team on offense. And I know Bo Nix has potential, but yeah, man. I mean, the offense has their shit to work out. Defense is still good, dude. So for right now, we're gonna put the Broncos in the playoffs just because of the current like. If you just look at the AFC, it's like, yeah, I mean, they'll probably be in the fight at the end. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, man. I mean, they had JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy got hurt. Brought in Carson Wentz. They had a really good game, right? A really good game. They need to get Jettas involved more, though. I'll tell you that right now. You got to get Jettas involved more. And Brian Flores and that defense they're so well coached, dude. Like their roster on defense they have a pretty solid unit, but they're just so well coached. Clearly one of the better defenses clearly one of the better defenses in the league. But no, they got some question marks on offense. KOC's a great play caller, really smart offensive mind, but the signal caller, the fucking why am I saying it like that? The quarterback, right? Carson Wentz. I heard somebody say it. I'm pretty sure it was Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd. And I honestly agreed with him when he said this. He's like, right now, Carson Wentz is clearly more NFL ready and better than JJ McCarthy. Now, 6, 8 weeks, it may not look like that. Clearly, JJ McCarthy is the better player. Maybe we see that, but for right now, it's what it looks like. And I'm like, yeah, I tend to agree with that, dude. Just got to see more out of JJ McCarthy. So, when JJ McCarthy comes back, guess we'll see. But for right now, their offense really isn't quite in sync. But, this is a team that could definitely get in the playoffs. But for right now, I'm going to put the Vikings in solid. Just in solid. Just for now. Just for now. All right, the New York Giants. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, NY fans. I don't fucking like what I see at all. Let me walk that back. There are some things I like about this team, right? Um, I like some of their young offensive play callers. Playmakers. I think they got good wide receivers. Clearly, Malik Neighbors wants the ball more, and you need to get that dude the ball because he's having a solid attitude. I mean, we've seen some things on the sidelines, but clearly has a little bit of diva in him. And Brian Daboll in that offense, dude. I mean, I'm glad that they made the switch to Jackson Dart, but I'm like, is the offense good enough to support Jackson Dart? That will be the next question, but I guess it's something we'll just have to see. But on defense, this team is like, they play good. That front seven, they play good, dude. And there's gonna be people like targeting some of those pass rushers before the trade deadline, but they're pretty solid on the defensive side of the ball. But there's just so much talk there, and it's like a sinking ship with Brian Daboll, bro. So right now, we gotta put it in nope, nah, don't like it, because I fucking do not like it. I really don't. I'm sorry. All right, Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I mean, dude, you lose Joe Burrow. Does anybody really expect this team to make the playoffs? Is anybody really shocked that they look the way they do? And another thing for me is I'm like, bro, like they just paid Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's hurt. They just paid T. They just paid freaking Jamar Chase. I'm like, okay, I know that Joe Burrow's hurt, but I'm like, where is T. Higgins? I know we have a backup in, but I'm like, where is T. Higgins? We just paid him all that money. Get this man involved. And to their credit, dude, I don't think Cincinnati's looked as bad as we thought they were going to be on defense. I know they just had a pretty bad game, but I don't think they look as bad as we expected. But they're not a good team right now without Joe Burrow. Plain and simple. They're just not. There's no other way to put it, dude. So for right now, we got to put them in not ideal because it doesn't look ideal right now. Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, yeah, dude, I mean, this is tough. This is tough because I love the Dolphins, dude. Like, I just love the way that offense operates. Just the way they run plays. You don't see a lot of teams running it like that. And, they have a little bit of a college offensive vibe. But, no, dude, I do think McDaniel is a really good offensive play caller. Head coach, that's another story. I don't think he's a good head coach. And, they go out and lose this upcoming week. Things might get kind of crazy. Saw Tua kind of firing back at people in his press conferences and stuff, and I'm like, clearly he's starting to get triggered. And if the QB is starting to get triggered, that lets me know that he's not emotionally in it, not focused just on what's coming up in the week. And yeah, that team has some shit to figure out, and they better figure it out fast, or else it'll get crazy. And the defensive side of the ball, it just ain't it. It's not. It's not, dude. Like, going in, I thought they had a solid squad, but I'm like, nope. They're not good overall. They're just not a good team. But for right now, you got to put the Miami Dolphins in not ideal because they got some shit to figure out, dude. They really do. New Orleans Saints. And the New Orleans Saints on offense, I don't think they've been as bad as some of us thought they were going to be, but they haven't necessarily been good. This squad just needs a little bit of star power. They just need some more juice everywhere on both sides of the ball. Because Kellen Moore, to his credit, I thought they played a pretty solid game against San Francisco. But this last week, it was like, bro, come on now. Come on. What are we doing? Going in, people thought that New Orleans was going to be pretty bad. I didn't think they were going to be that bad. But for right now, it's very clear that Kellen Moore is a first-year head coach with a team that doesn't really have a lot of juice, dude. So for right now, we got to put them in not ideal because this shit just doesn't look ideal. It just doesn't. Just like these other teams, it just doesn't look good, bro. All right, Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams fans, can you guys just shut the hell up and realize that you guys have a great team? I know what just happened against my Birds. But your team is still so good. Giving up a lead like that, not ideal. It's not. People can blame it on penalties. They can say whatever they want. You can't give up a lead like that. You just can't. And, dude, this is a really good team. This is a damn good football team. Like, Puka's starting to go off. Going into this season, lots of people were talking about Stafford. All those reports, I'm not seeing it. He doesn't look as hurt as people said. Devontae Adams looks pretty down. He looks pretty dang good, dude. And the defensive side. I mean, this defensive squad looks so much better than they did last year. And last year, they still played pretty solid. But this year, they've taken a bit of a step. And this is a team that you'll really want to watch in the NFC. Because they are super talented. And, yeah, you're going to be seeing that during the course of this season. That's all I'm going to say. But right now, dude, we're gonna put them in dark horse because Los Angeles is they got some fucking dogs, dude. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, as a Birds fan, other Eagles fans, we know the deal with them. They kind of have our number, but no, man. I mean, this team with under Baker, they're scary. They're scary, and they can be in games. Like you cannot count them out. With Baker under the helm, it seems like they're always in games. Like it seems like ever since he's taken over, it's very rare that you see them get like blown out or really just messed up in a game. But no, they're kind of a little bit banged up right now. But this team is winning games, and winning games in the NFL is all that matters at the end of the day. All that matters is winning games, and they're doing it. And I love this. I love this team on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Egmuka, dude, talk about a wide receiver that is just there to try to win games. Clearly, he's there. I don't get any diva from Egmuka, and I really feel like that's just the rest of the wide receiver room with Tampa, and he really fits in. They're really dangerous on offense, and I really love their backfield with Bucky Irving. So yeah, dude. I mean, they're a dark horse. Like people don't talk about them like that, but they're a team that can make a lot of teams sweat. That's all I'm gonna say, and beat a lot of teams. Yeah, dude. Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions. What can we say about the Detroit Lions? I mean, going into this year, I was super, I was like, that coordinator thing, it could be a problem. I knew they were still super talented. I didn't doubt that, but I was like, that coordinator situation, it may be a thing. It may or may not be a thing, but I was leaning towards it could be a thing. You go out against Baltimore and do what you just did. I mean, come on, man. That offense ain't going anywhere. Their offensive line looked incredible. David Montgomery had massive wide open gaps to run through. Like their offense looked so good, dude. Same old offense without Ben Johnson, which is crazy. And yeah, I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, I think there's a lot for them to prove there on the defensive side of the ball, but we'll see how it goes along. But what they've done, dude, in the past couple weeks, I'm like, that looks like the same old Lions team, the same old Super Bowl contending Lions team. So for right now, dude, we're gonna put them as a Super Bowl contender because they look like a Super Bowl contender. Make no mistake. On to their NFC North counterpart, Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears. Yeah, it's been rough, dude. But I mean, you go out against the Dallas Cowboys and play your game. Yes, I know people are talking about there's a bunch of wide open wide receivers. No, I thought the offense was still operating and looking pretty dang good, dude. And yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, they were like clicking in that game, getting all the young wide receivers just going. I loved what I saw from them against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if there were open people. This is something for them to build off of, and their defense really needs to start playing better. And again, just like their offense, this was a good stepping stone for them to kind of build off of and, hopefully turn around their season so far, which hasn't been the best off so far. But for right now, dude, we're going to put them in solid. San Francisco 49ers, bro. They're sitting at 3-0. And, last year, we gave a lot of credit to Dan Campbell. And his team was very injured. The San Francisco 49ers have dealt with some shit last year, and they're dealing with it this year. Just got report that Brandon Ayuk is probably not going to be coming back till later this season. But, bro, you got to give Shanahan credit. Like, they're winning games, and they've been dealing with injuries, too. Like, they haven't had their starting quarterback in, and that's kind of a big deal for me. If you're winning games without your starting quarterback, that literally speaks volumes for the rest of your team, right? Really impressed with Robert Saleh on the defensive side. He's coaching those young dudes up. Now, they don't have Nick Bosa, and we'll see how they respond with this, dude. We'll see how they respond with Huff and the rest of that young defense. But, San Francisco's finding ways to win games. And shout out to Ricky Pearsall. He's really come along, dude. And right now, I'm gonna put them as a dark horse, dude. Because we did the same thing with the Lions last year when they were winning games with all their injuries. And I don't really think you should treat any other team any differently, especially a team that's had a lot of success. All right. The Birds, Philadelphia Eagles, my Birds. Yeah, dude, I mean, was a rough half against the Rams. Really turned it around. They really turned it around, and That was a massive ass win, dude, for them to get 2 blocks and really flip the script for them on offense. Now, Philadelphia on offense, they really, and I mean they really need to find consistency because they don't want this to turn into like a 2023 type of thing. I don't think it's really much of that vibe, but they do need to smooth out their offense and they need to really get the passing game going. It doesn't need to be some spectacular explosion, right? There's certain ways Philly can beat you, but they need to find some consistency there with their new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Because this just isn't something that you want to have an issue in the later half of the season or it could get kind of crazy. But for right now, with that roster and the way they play, they're literally just loaded. They're a Super Bowl contender up there with Detroit Lions. Um, the freaking Las Vegas Raiders. Dude, I thought this offensive line for the Raiders was actually pretty solid. But, dude, I saw some crazy stat. Ashton Genty has like, what was it, like 150 yards after contact or something like that. And if you watch their games, this dude literally barely has any space when he runs. He's just getting hit straight off the snap, dude. And, bringing in Chip Kelly, you'd think that the run game would be creative, but it's just not. Geno does not look like his self. He doesn't look like his Seattle self. So the offense just isn't playing good. And the defense under Pete Carroll, it doesn't look good. And going into the season, I was like, okay, with Pete Carroll there, I don't see the Raiders looking bad. But right now they look pretty bad, dude. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, they look bad. And I just didn't see that coming. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You do or you don't. Right now the Raiders, they just suck. They look like they suck. And things right now just don't look ideal. So I'm putting them in not ideal. Green Bay Packers, dude. They're a good team, right? I know they lost to the Browns. And Jordan Love is a pretty funny player, dude. Because, like, he's so talented. And I consider him on more of the gunslinging side with quarterbacks. He's so talented. But sometimes I feel like that dude gets in his own head and just every now and then you just see him do some stupid shit. And it's like, what are we doing here? But nah, dude, this team is so good. And under Matt LaFleur, you can't count them out in the NFC. You just can't. And when they really get going on offense, they're hard to stop, dude. They get the run. It's almost as if they get the run game going just enough. And then Jordan Love does the rest. And then they just sprinkle Josh Jacobs in there. And it's really, really hard to stop. Even with all those young dudes and us not knowing who their number one wide receiver is, which drives me nuts. But no, dude, I mean, you add Micah. Micah, it started out the vibes are super high. And Micah's still playing solid. But their defense, they play really good. They play really good football. And they're going to be right there in the end in the NFC, dude. Make no mistake. Green Bay Packers are a Super Bowl contender, even after that loss. The Washington Commanders, dude. Washington Commanders, really impressed with them. I mean, if you lose your quarterback like Jaden Daniels has been out, and you guys just don't miss a step with Marcus Mariota, I love that. I love that, dude. That lets me know that your squad can just go out and ball even without your starting star quarterback. Yes, Jaden Daniels is a star. But Cliff Kingsbury's been calling pretty good games. We have our questions about him, and some things were always weird when he was in Arizona. Like, he'd have like a good week, he wouldn't have a good week. It's just weird. But right now, there's a lot of consistency with Washington. Their defense played pretty solid this last showing. Yeah, dude. I mean, you'd be crazy not to put the Washington Commanders in the playoffs with playoff vibes, because, yeah, they give me playoff vibes. All right, Arizona Cardinals, dude. Arizona Cardinals, yeah, I mean, they're playing solid. The Arizona Cardinals are playing solid. I love who they picked up in this offseason, and it's kind of reflecting during the course of the season. Still super early. But, yeah, dude, the one thing that drives me nuts with this team, and Jonathan Gannon and the rest of they got good coaches, keep in mind. But Kyler Murray, for whatever reason, dude, I've just been expecting more from him for the longest time. I just think this is what he is. I do. I just think this is what Kyler is. And, we were super excited about Marvin. We're like, hey, give him this year. This year it started off rough, and for whatever reason, him and Kyler just do not have any type of chemistry. It's very clear, and he's not catching good too. He's a body catcher. He's a catcher with his hands, dude. He's a good wide receiver, and he needs to show it. But for right now, it just doesn't look good for them on offense, and I just don't know what the fuck their offense is. I don't. I don't like so even some of the offenses ain't performing up to standard. I can kind of pick apart, but with them and James Conner going down, I'm like, dude, I don't know what that team. I really don't. So for right now, I'm gonna put the Arizona Cardinals in solid. Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, dude. I mean, they haven't been bad. They haven't been bad, and you know, I'm pretty surprised by Aaron Rodgers so far. Aaron Rodgers actually looked pretty solid. Him and DK Metcalf really got it going. Their run game is literal ass. It's been like that since Najee Harris. I don't know why we hype up Najee Harris. I don't like Najee Harris. I'm not a fan. I'm sure he's a good guy. I don't like him as a running back. I just don't. But yeah. I mean, getting back to the current running backs, they also don't look really good. So it's just like the Aaron Rodgers show and DK Metcalf and whatever other wide receiver can sprinkle in. And yeah, dude, I mean, you put Jalen Ramsey in there, and dude, I mean, it's not like when Minka came from Miami to Pittsburgh. It's not like that type of vibe because he kind of transformed their defense. But that dude, Jalen Ramsey, is playing like his 2020, like his 20-year-old self at Florida State, dude. He just Judas, like the physicality and the swagger and the way he's playing. I'm like, bro, what happened? What happened? Like, you just reverted back to your rookie self. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, under Mike Tomlin, they'll always have that type of swagger on defense, dude. Can they make the playoffs? Yeah, they might. They very well could make the playoffs. But for right now, dude, I'm gonna put the Pittsburgh Steelers in the solid category. All right, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. They're winning games, dude, and they look damn good doing it. I'm really hyped that they're getting James Cook involved. I'm a massive James Cook fan. I think he's a really good running back, and I'm glad that they're starting to feature him and just take a little bit off of Josh Allen. But you saw in this last game, dude, like they were just going up and down the field on Miami. Like the score may not have reflected that, but if you watch the game, you can kind of tell their offense really wasn't missing a beat. Like they honestly could have kept the ball the whole game if their defense would just step up. But that's the thing with the Bills is like their offense under Josh Allen, you can never count them out. They're always gonna be up there with the best under even with Joe Brady as their play caller too. Joe Brady's pretty good, but on defense, dude, and if I remember right, Sean McDermott, the DC, yeah, their defense isn't good, and I don't know, maybe they get a bit better during the course of the season, but their defense is gonna be a liability. That's all I gotta say about that. Their defense is gonna be a liability. But right now, dude, it's very clear that they look like a Super Bowl contender. They do. They do look like a Super Bowl contender. Their defense doesn't look like Baltimore's. They're not that bad. Baltimore's defense is bad. So if you're going to sit in the comments and be like, "Who you said this about Baltimore?" No, Buffalo Bills defense doesn't look that bad. That's all I have to say about that. All right, the Atlanta Falcons, dude. The Falcons, I mean, dude, they started out not bad, and then they played Tampa, and then this fucking last game. This last game against Carolina drove me nuts with their team. That's all I'm gonna say right now. I'm like, Michael Penix. This is really his first year starting, so we got to see during the course of the season. But they got talent on offense, and Michael Penix he's gonna be going through it. And him going through it, their offense just doesn't look good. And their defense doesn't look good. And their coaching is just whatever, dude. Like just nothing in their coaching staff excites me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. And for what happened against Carolina, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, ATL. So for right now, dude, we got to put them in not ideal because come on. I love some of the offensive freaking skilled positions with Atlanta too, and I'm just like, feed them the ball. All right, the Seattle Seahawks with Sam Darnold. I know it started off bad against San Francisco, but they really started to get things going, dude. And yeah, I mean, this is a team where their offensive identity is going to be something that we're going to be probably seeing mold during the course of the season. But Sam Darnold has really started to get going, and he actually looks pretty solid so far. And I really feel like those players are really starting to lean into the Sam Darnold experiment. It's not even an experiment at this point. It's just like, hey, Sam Darnold's our guy. But yeah, man, JSN and you get those running backs involved. I think their offense could be pretty solid during the course of the season, and they look pretty good right now. And on the defensive side, I mean, this defense is good. I really love them in the defensive backfield. But overall, dude, their defense, yeah. Get the back half of this season. Won't be shocked if you're hearing about Seattle's defense being one of the best, because they are clearly one of the best in the NFC. So for right now, dude, I'm gonna put them in the playoffs, dude, because I could see them pulling it out of the NFC West, even with those other three in the that I got in the dark horse. Like, wouldn't be shocked if I saw 3 teams come out of the NFC West. All right. Let me see. New England Patriots. I'm really not shocked there. There were a lot of hype. There was a lot of hype surrounding the New England Patriots, and I just wasn't on that wavelength, dude. The reason I wasn't on that wavelength is because of their overall weapons on offense, dude. I'm like, literally nobody on that offense is proven. Nobody. Their tight end, who do they have? Henry? That's about it. The rest of their guys are wide receivers. Stephon Diggs, he ain't his old self. Like, if he was his old self, yeah, he'd be a proven wide receiver, but I just don't think Drake May has enough talent. And Drake May, to this point, he's played solid, but I still need to see more there, dude. I really do. And could they make the playoffs? It may be possible. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, dude. On the defensive side, I think they're being coached pretty well, but I feel like the offense is just kind of a bit of a letdown right now for them. So for right now, we're gonna put the Patriots in solid. They're not bad. They're solid. Cleveland Browns. Hey, man. You know, I had them at the bottom in my last video, but you get a big win against the fucking Green Bay Packers like you did. That's massive. And, you know, their offense did just enough. They got a couple ballers on the offensive side, but with Joe Flacco, I just feel like at this point in his career, he's old. The offense is super limited. It's capped, right? With the young guy Judkins, that is a bright spot, right? Along with Njoku and Judy and a couple of those wide receivers. But with Flacco, I just don't see it. But hey, their defense showed out against Green Bay, and they really shut Green Bay down. And they were a massive part as to why the Green Bay Packers ended up losing that game. So you got to give credit to the Cleveland Browns, dude. Like, they play tough for Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz has that defense cooking against some of the best offenses at times. So yeah, dude, I'm going to put them in not ideal, but hey, if Joe Flacco comes around, we can move them up a little bit, but that offense is terrible. All right, the Houston Texans. Dude, they're so good on that freaking defense. Like, D'Amico Ryans is literally doing exactly what he did in San Francisco on his own team. And going into the season, we thought their defense was going to be good, and their defensive unit is good. The front seven, the defensive backfield, they play good. They just got rid of Chauncey. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But yeah, that was a really weird situation. But their defense isn't really missing a step. Now their offense, I know with this team, we like to talk about their offensive line, and their offensive line isn't good. But I don't really know how they fix that during the course of the season. I just don't really know how the Houston Texans fix that, especially with getting rid of Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders. But yeah, it's really affecting CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud doesn't look like his rookie self. He looks like a shell of his rookie self, which is bad. And I don't really know if they have the offensive coaches to kind of pull him out of that. I feel like this is more just a CJ Stroud thing with solid offensive play callers and coaches. So we're gonna have to see, dude. But for right now, them sitting at 0-3, I'm like, shit doesn't look good. It don't look good for them. They were supposed to be the shit coming out of the AFC South, but right now they're not. Kansas City Chiefs. Amen. I mean, KC, they finally got the dub. They got against the New York Giants. And some people would say that's not super impressive. But in that game, I felt like Patrick Mahomes. I'm not gonna be no. I'm not gonna jump on this. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. You got to be real, dude. In that game, Patrick Mahomes did all he could to keep them alive in that game against a pretty damn good Giants front seven. And they're missing so many weapons right now, and it shows. But yeah, dude. Patrick Mahomes did all he could do in that game. He really did, and they ended up winning. And there's just something about them. I don't know, dude. It's like back in the day. I'm not saying they're the Patriots, but back in the day when you would doubt the Patriots, they would do the complete opposite and just make you look stupid. And that's how I feel with Kansas City. Because I feel like this game for Baltimore, with where Baltimore's sitting, is a scary situation. And I don't know what it is about Kansas City. We know them as a unit, a whole team. They're good. They're not playing the best on offense and defense. They have their shit going, no question. But I'm like, I don't know if I can count them out. I'm sorry. I just don't. But for right now, dude, I got them as playoff vibes. I don't know about dark horse and Super Bowl yet, but I got them in the playoffs. But they beat Baltimore. We'll be having another conversation. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are pretty bad. They're pretty bad. On the defensive side, their defense sucks. Just straight up, dude. Their defense sucks. And Dak and the offense are not doing it enough. They're just not. And now CD's all banged up. Good thing they have George Pickens. I'll give them that. Good thing they got George Pickens. But they need to get this run game going. Dak needs to start to get hot. And I was expecting Dak to come out absolutely on fire this season. He's looked solid, but I was just expecting more. But no, dude, I didn't think their defense was gonna be as bad as it was. Caleb in that offense made them look stupid. But yeah, for right now, I'm gonna put the Dallas Cowboys I'm gonna put them in. This kind of make me hesitate a little bit. I'm gonna put them in solid. I don't think they're bad, but they don't really have it going though. That's for sure. All right, Los Angeles Chargers, dude. Yes. Is it really crazy that now that Justin Herbert has a head coach, he's playing at such a good level? And it doesn't really shock me. I mean, it's not like coaching matters or anything. No, but for real, dude. I mean, the Chargers are playing good. They're playing really good. And that trio between Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnston, dude, they're kind of, they're not, people ain't talking about them like that, but I'm like, bro, like, they're good. And if you get the young running back involved, their offense will really start to get lethal. They'll really just ball control. Ball control will be their main thing if they can really get the run game going. But right now, that's kind of we don't know about that, especially with Najee. But yeah, I don't know, dude. We'll see what happens with the run game. But the defense is playing really good. And the Chargers look like a legit Super Bowl contender, and I am so excited to say that because there's so many people that talk shit on Justin Herbert. I mean, even me, I've laughed at him losing in the playoffs and shit. But in reality, I think I don't know. I think you could put him up in the 4. Knock out Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's hurt. Put Justin Herbert up there. I don't know. Call me crazy. But right now, they're a Super Bowl contender. Yes, sir. New York Jets. Yeah, dude, I mean, Justin Fields, banged up. They're talking about him possibly playing. This team is the Jets actually play pretty solid football. They do. Having their new head coach, that dude's a good-ass head coach. I'm going to say that right now. You can just feel the energy when you watch New York Jets games, even if you think they're going to be losing, right? Lots of these games, I'm like, Jets probably going to lose. But I'm like, I don't know, man. They're competing. They're competing with some of these teams. Justin Fields comes back, gets hot. Hell if I know, dude. Maybe they catch a little bit of a streak. But yeah, no, I mean, their record doesn't reflect it, but I'm gonna put them in solid. I am. I'm gonna put the New York Jets in solid because it just doesn't. I don't get the vibes of some of these other teams. Like, it's just a more exciting atmosphere. It's complete opposite of their other New York counterpart. Like, nope. All right, Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Bryce Young. Bryce Young. What do we make of Bryce Young? Um, is he gonna be good during the season or is he not? There's been a lot of roller coasters there. Kind of gives me a little bit of a Penix feel. I don't know where you put the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I don't know where you put them, dude. I mean, they got some young guys on offense. Bryce Young that time, dude. Here's the thing, he looks so good at times, and then it looks so weird and so bad. But I think their defense is solid. They got a solid defense, but I don't know. Vibes are weird there. That's all I gotta say about Carolina Panthers. I don't know what they are. I just don't. And right now, it just doesn't seem really ideal to me. It don't. All right, Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans. Yeah, they're not good. Tennessee Titans are not good. Cam Ward's going through it. We've seen some good plays from him. We've seen some bad plays from him. Clearly, the kid has potential, but the overall team around, not good. Calvin Ridley, come on, man. Been expecting more from him. Not getting a lot. Defensive side, not that good. They just don't look good. And their head coach, I feel like that dude's gonna be on the hot seat here really soon if they don't get winning. I just feel like that. I don't think they're going to start winning. I just don't. I don't know about that head coach, bro. He's got some shit to figure out. He's gonna be on the hot seat. But for right now, dude, I'm gonna put them in. Not ideal. So there's a couple positives. Their offense doesn't look as bad as the Giants. Yeah, I'm sorry, Giants fans. I'm not trying to be rude. I guess I probably am a little bit rude, but kind of the standard for this situation. Anyways, the Indianapolis Colts, dude. The Indianapolis Colts. Man, I mean, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I fucking called this shit too, dude. I was like, hey, does anybody not remember when Steichen had when he had Gardner Minshew and they were looking solid? I'm gonna keep mentioning it all the time because why do people forget that? The Indianapolis Colts have a good offensive line. They got solid wide receivers who just get the job done. Jonathan Taylor at times looks like an elite running back. Yeah, at times him and that offensive line look like an elite freaking run game. And then, Daniel Jones has been playing absolutely lights out. I don't even just think he's been playing like, I'm just like, oh yeah, he's okay. No, dude, Daniel Jones is playing really good, and I don't think anybody expected it. I don't think anybody really expected from Daniel Jones. But man, I mean, we get like 4 to 6 more weeks of this shit. Like, I think he just found a home with Shane Steichen, and I think he just saved a bunch of jobs there too. They're sitting at 3-0 up top of the AFC South. Who would have expected that? Who would have expected that from the freaking the Indianapolis Colts? Play good defense, play good offense. They keep the ball away from their opponents. They don't punt a lot. How the hell do you stop that? I don't know. But for right now, dude, you got to put them as a playoff team because they literally look like a playoff team. Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags sitting at, what are they sitting at? 2-1, if I remember right. They kind of don't feel like a 2-1 team, if I'm being real with you. But yeah, this team is actually playing pretty good defense. Really good defense, actually. And going in, I wasn't so high on their defense, but their defense is playing pretty good, dude. Then you flip to the other side, and they got an offensive head coach. And I think Liam is actually a pretty good. I think he gives me pretty good vibes. Like, I think he's going to be a pretty solid head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But Trevor Lawrence, I feel like he just kind of is what he is now. At times he can play so good. We see his lows. He fumbles a lot. For some weird reason, he doesn't have any rapport with Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. kind of doesn't look the best also. And Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter, believe it or not, is just a little bit shy of receiving yards from Brian Thomas Jr. They're not that far apart. And on less targets as well. Look it up. But yeah, dude, I mean, the passing game is a little bit weird. But they got solid running backs, and they're sitting at 2-1 in the AFC South. So, hey man, they got a new head coach. For all we know, Jacksonville Jaguars flip the script and start playing really well. But for right now, dude, we're just going to put them in solid because they got a lot of things to prove. It could be good. It could be bad. But yeah, man, that's my whole tier list. You guys let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? I probably am pretty crazy. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this. And yeah, man, it's your boy Shady Luke. Be sure to drop a like. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know any football players, any topics we should talk about, and we can make a video on it. But anyways, guys, appreciate you watching. It's your boy Shady Luke. I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces. Please subscribe to your boy. Don't be a hater. Don't do it.
You good? Yeah, let's go.